Hey everybody, good evening. Thanks so much for joining me. It's Crazy for You live, and I'm so excited that you're here. It feels like being in the shop. So yeah, I think that's going to be a fun evening tonight. I have Melissa Rueter here with me who knit 13 sweaters. I said in the promo that she had knit 12 sweaters, but she actually knit 13. So I'm super excited to have her show you all the cool stuff that she knit. I'll be interested to know if you enjoy this format of kind of a show and share. I think it's always fun. That's one of the things that I miss most, I think, in the shop is when folks come in and you show me what you're knitting and I show you what I'm knitting and you show me what you finished. And so that's always fun to do. So I thought it would be fun to have Melissa. And if you are interested in doing it, if you want to show everybody what you're knitting or what you're finished or what's in your queue or what's on your mind, let me know, put it in the comments, and we'll see if we can work it out. So next week, I'm super excited because we have Tanis Gray coming, and that's going to be very fun. She's got so many things that she's done, and I'm excited to share those with you. The week after that, we have our Chainette yarn tasting. Chainette yarns are a little bit different. They behave differently. They look differently in the skein. And I thought it would be fun for you if you had a chance to try the different Chainette yarns yourself and see how nice and bouncy they are. So if you want to order one of those Chainette tasting packs, it's not too late. We have till the end of the month. So you can order that up till, I think, this Saturday before. That way I can get it in the mail to you. Anyway, let me see who all is here. I know Mindy's going to be here because she's friends with Melissa and she knows Melissa is a rock star. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Amelia. Hi, Gwen. Emily. Oh my goodness. So nice to see everybody. Hi, Jal. Hey, Megs. All right. Good. So I know that you came to see what Melissa is up to. So let me get her up here and put on my earphones so I can hear her. Hey, Melissa.
Hello.
So I have to tell you guys a story. When did you get here? How long have you been
here
in this area?
2016, we got here in March.
Okay, so probably 2015, end of the year. I remember that it was cold. I got an email from somebody I didn't know, and she said, "Hi, I know you have a yarn store in Maryland, and would you do a gift certificate for somebody?" I said, "Yeah, sure. We do gift certificates all the time." And she said, "Well, I want you to mail it to me." And long story short, it was Melissa's girlfriends from the Officers' Wives Club, and they knew that she loved to knit. So they researched Southern Maryland and they found this store and they ordered a gift certificate for her that they gave to her on, was it your going away party or what? Is that how it went down? Melissa. I think Melissa might be frozen. Uh-oh, let me try this again. Anyway, that was very fun. So when Melissa finally came in the shop for the first time, she had this gift certificate and she told whoever was there, I said, "Oh my goodness, it's you." So is that how it went? Do I have the story right?
So actually you cut out in the middle, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. So.
Okay. So they gave you the gift certificate.
They did. They gave me the gift certificate and a bottle of bubbles, and that was my farewell from the squadron. And so when I got here, I had a place to go, and I had a reason to go there, and it was back at the old shop.
Right.
It was cold that winter. We actually bought our house the day before that huge blizzard that shut everything down.
Right. Yeah.
Like we flew out at like 5:30, and I think the snow hit at like 7.
And that's the last time it snowed in Maryland. Not really, but you get what I'm saying. So, hi, Alberta. Nice to see you. Welcome. Anyway, So Melissa is a knitting machine. You're a knitting machine, aren't you? You just knit all the time. Did you?
I'm knitting right now.
Yeah, I am too, but I'm not knitting 13 sweaters. Did you plan to knit 13 sweaters? How did that come out?
My goal was 6.
Okay. So you did have a goal.
I did. Yeah. It's like, I'm going to do 6 because I figured, all right, one every other month. And then I think by March I had 4. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll just keep going.
What were the first 4? So do you want to share with us in a particular order, or did you
remember? I know the first one was the Flying Feathers knit along.
Right. Right.
That was the one. Actually, that's the one I started first. That wasn't the one I finished first. And I actually just realized I don't have one of them here.
That's okay.
I'm missing one sweater. And that was one on like really bulky yarn that was just a quick knit. It was actually a Wool Addicts pattern.
That was grounded gear.
No,
was
that
Earth?
One. No, that one I actually did the previous year. I did it like in December.
Oh, okay.
18. Yeah. So it was the Summit View. It had the cable up the front and like the.
Oh, right. In fire. Yes.
I did that one. And then the Flying Feathers, which is. Here.
She's wearing one that she knit now. That was her quarantine project.
Yes, that was, I think, the first complete sweater of a. So that's the Flying Feathers that a lot of us did.
Right. This is a cool knit along. This is another design by von Hinterstein. And I know a lot of you had liked the one that I showed when I was doing the pattern showcase for my top 10 favorite summer sweaters. I love this designer. She designs very clean, very classic kind of sweaters. And this is a beautiful, lightweight sweater, very swingy and pretty. You know what I'll do is I'll put the links to all of these in the comments later on. I won't be able to do it tonight because frankly, I couldn't remember everything that had knitted. And I should have gotten with her and done it, but I was busy today. As we were talking before we came on up. I have a porchetta in the oven, so I've been cooking today.
And the great thing about her patterns is, at least everyone I've seen, is customizable. You can change the waistline, you can change the length. And
did you change that one?
Yeah, like this one, I know you could make it wider, you can make it longer. There was an option to put buttons on it, I think. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like about her patterns.
Yeah. And now that was a kind of a lace weight or fingering weight.
It was
yarn, fingering weight. But what size needle did you do that on? Was it a 6? A 4? Yeah. 4. So that was a good bit of knitting.
It was. But it went really quickly. I don't know. I think just the way there were like chunks. Like once you got through the shoulders, that was a big accomplishment. And then you could go onto the body and then you had that lace pattern.
Yeah.
And so
that's an easy lace, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was easy to do, and it was easy to see where you messed up before you got too deep into it. So you never had to rip back like 8 rows of lace.
So I know you like knitting in the round, and I think that's part of the reason that I don't, is that, if you mess up, if I mess up on my sleeve, it's just this little bit, you mess up on, all 300 stitches and you got a long way home.
Yeah. Although usually when you're doing that, it's just stockinette, and more often than not, there's a way to go back and not have to crochet hook or.
Yeah.
I've got a sweater right now. I actually have a stitch marker in a stitch that I dropped like 4 inches back in some brioche ribbing. That I'm just going to fix later because
you can.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Okay. What else you got?
Let's see. Last year, then I think. The next one was this one.
Oh, that's pretty.
The pattern's called Ravello. Actually, that's the back of it. This is the front. And it was actually, the pattern was striped, but I had this yarn and this yarn. And so you helped me find this to do the fade.
Oh, yeah. That's really cute.
Yeah.
Whose design is that?
I could not tell you who, but I know it's called Ravello.
I'll look for it here and we'll see if we can't find it.
Like the second you say it, I'll be like, oh yeah, I know who that is. It was exactly her.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to do that because it's going to mess things up. All right. What?
Then the Comfort Fade.
So you kind of got on a little bit of a fade thing.
I did get on a fade thing for a while. And this is actually, so the pattern's written for DK, and I did it in fingering because that was the yarn I had a fade for.
Mm-hmm.
But I did it on the same size needles. I think I did 2 sizes bigger to get the right gauge for my size.
So wait a minute. You did it on, it's designed for a DK.
DK on size 6, and I did fingering on size 6.
Oh, okay.
So the fabric is just a lot looser and lighter, but the drape is really nice on it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Amelia did the fade too.
Yep.
Very cool. Tell us what you did that in.
Pardon?
Amelia, I'm asking Amelia. Amelia, what did you do the fade in? Did you do that in a fingering weight or DK? You're probably knitting. I know it's hard to type. Do you ever knit? Do you ever knit accessories, Melissa? Or are you mostly a sweater girl?
I do. I think I also did 2 scarves last year.
2 scarves.
Huh?
2 scarves. That's great.
2 scarves. They were both the Hipster by Joji Locatelli.
Oh, that's right. Right.
So much, yes. I made another one. So
those aren't scarves; those are big shawls.
Yeah,
but they're legit
I could
shawls.
Sit, like while Graham was at tennis, I would just sit and knit, and then it was easy to throw in the bag when he was done.
Okay, what else you got for us?
What else did I got? Let's see.
So you
at some point along there, I did a weekender.
Okay. Also, Andrea Mowry.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's knit the Weekender? Has anybody knit that? That's like a super popular pattern by Andrea Mowry. It's worked in reverse stockinette, and it has a pearl stitch. I mean, a knit stitch up the center and kind of ribbing at the top. Anybody else knit
drop shoulder?
Right, drop shoulder.
Yeah.
Her stuff is very kind of easy fitting and comfortable to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually have a 3rd pattern of hers in here too.
All right, well let's do our Andrea Mowry thing. Let's see what else you got by her.
Oh, my other Andrea Mowry. So this one I did in January, and I haven't woven in the ends yet. But this one's Ronin, and it is try to show you.
That looks like it's in garter stitch. Is that in garter stitch?
No, it's in stockinette, but the collar and cuffs are brioche rib.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And this, actually, speaking of stockinette yarn, this is done in Respect.
Okay. Right. So I remember that.
Stockinette. It's
right. A
super squishy.
How did you like knitting with that? Now that that's one of the chainette yarns that I have in the tasting pack. It's so pretty. I mean,
yeah, I really enjoyed knitting with it, but what I even more is I love the fabric it made.
Right.
Like it just looks really deep and rich, and especially that Respect because it's slightly varied.
Right. It's a heathered. It's a heathered chainette.
So it, like just the brioche looks like extra deep, and yeah, my poor lighting doesn't really do it justice, but
it's okay. That's okay. That is really pretty. Yeah, I think the chainette, I mean, I think a lot of times when a yarn looks really different in the skein than it does in the fabric, you know, people aren't really sure what it is going to look like or how it's going to behave. Mm-hmm. But the chainette is really nice. It's extra bouncy, and it also is less likely to pill. So I love that.
Yes.
And it's light. It's so light.
Yeah, this is like really light.
So how many skeins have you got in there? Because that...
I think 10 or 11.
Okay. Of the Respect?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, I mean, when I put this on, it's long. It's like a tunic length. Like there's a lot.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a jacket.
I see. Cute.
Yeah. And I think that's it for Andrea Mowry.
All right. Jamie likes that. She says that's beautiful. Was that a hard pattern?
No. The hardest part was the brioche, which I had not done before this, but it's a single color. It's once you pick it up, it's pretty straightforward. The construction was interesting because the collar makes the pockets.
The what?
You fold the collar out, and then at the bottom it gets wider, and that's what makes the pockets. Is the
Oh,
collar.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so flippin' adorable. I swear. Andrea Murray.
Oh yeah.
This is so cute.
Um,
Anybody get any favorites so far? Can you tell? Has anybody already knit any of these? All right. What's that one?
This one's an Autumn League Raglan. And you and I were talking about this one before.
Yeah.
Top down, but then it splits under the arms, so it's actually seamed.
At the sides, it has side seams?
Yes. And then the collar is actually folded over, so it's really soft. And
I love that. I love that. I mean, that is one of my favorite ways to do a collar. You know, it's so easy to bind off your collar too tightly, and then you can't put your head through. And nobody likes that. And I can tell you, when I first started knitting, I did that a million times.
And the last thing you want to do is undo it and go back just to do that, because you're like, oh.
Right. Because it's all done and your ends are woven in, of course, because you didn't try it on or whatever. But yeah, when you make that collar extra long and then you fold it in, it's, you know, you don't even actually bind it off. You know, you just, did you bind yours off? I don't bind mine off when I do that.
When you did bind it and sew it. Yeah, but I did the super stretchy bind off, which can look messy.
Right.
In a regular collar, but once you fold it over, then you don't even see it.
And it gives a really, really clean edge at the top. It's so nice. I think it looks so professional. And this one you were saying is made to look like
a Champion sweatshirt. You got your little V at the top there.
I love that. That's so cute.
I wear the crap out of this thing. I wear it with my gym clothes. I wear it with my jeans. I wear it all the time.
That looks like, is that a Queen City yarn?
It is not. This one's one I got on vacation.
Okay.
It's a hedgehog, I think.
Oh, cute. Very pretty. So that one's nice. Again, I'll get with Melissa and we'll get all the names of them and I'll put them in the comments. So, you know, with links and everything.
And this one was another.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Look what Karen just said. And she didn't even hear you.
Yep. Hi, Karen.
It's called Champion, right? Did you say that?
It's called Autumn League.
Oh, Autumn League.
Yeah.
Okay. It should be called Champion.
It should. There's probably a trademark issue though.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
This one was a knit along we did.
Yep.
This one,
the Cowl Shell. Right. In the round.
Yes. And when I got to the top, I realized it was too short. So I picked up the bottom edge and added lace.
Cute. Now, did you pick up against your cast on, or did you unpick your cast on?
I picked up against the cast on because it was just, I think, like a row of purling. There wasn't a whole lot at the bottom seam, so then it was very easy to pick up and add.
Right. So which one do you like, Karen?
Undoing down to the armpits. So
no, that would be awful. Much easier to just pick up. I'm all about the easy.
And this one was in the rustic silk.
Karen, did you knit this one? I think you might have. You did a knit along with this for us. Did Karen Stewart do that? I think she might have. That's really, now this is called the Cowl Shell, and she did, Melissa did this in rustic silk, which is a really pretty, it's probably lighter than the DK that they recommend, but I think it works really well.
It did work out really well, and the shades are really varied, but you didn't have to alternate skeins or anything. It was.
Look how light it is. It just weighs nothing.
Yeah. And it washed up really soft too.
Jamie wants to know how long that knit along was. Was that like 4 weeks? That was a quick one because it didn't have sleeves.
It wasn't really long because there's no sleeves. The only seams were up at the shoulders. So yeah, it was pretty quick.
Pretty quick, yeah.
3 or 4 weeks, I think.
Have you worn that a lot? Not
lately because I'm not leaving my house.
See, this is why we have this, because you can see all the beautiful things that we're all knitting.
I'm wearing a lot more like the Autumn League. That's more my pace right now.
Yoga pants.
Yeah, no, it's great. It goes with jeans. It goes with skirts. It's really versatile. You can wear it under stuff, which is nice.
Yeah.
I think Gina had been talking about making one to wear under like suit jackets for work.
Right.
I wear spandex to work, so.
She teaches classes at the gym. It's not a lot. There's only a couple of professions in which you might wear spandex to work, you know.
Thanks for clearing that up, Ellen.
Always good to know.
Then what was next? This one, I guess. Another Wool Addicts.
Oh yeah, that was cute. What was that called? That wasn't. Not losing leather. Hey Tara, nice to see you.
Solid. Was Solid Stone this one, or was Solid Stone the first?
Oh, that might be. Yeah, that was Solid Stone. Yeah. So this one is really fun. That one is knit up and over the shoulder, right? Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah.
It's knit in one piece, and then you fold it in half like a taco, and sew it up the sides.
Yeah.
So yeah, the seams are just under the arms, and then everything is. And this one took some getting used to because it was so loose. Like doing the seams was a little bit different.
Yeah. How did you like knitting that one? I think I would probably not have enjoyed. I don't know. Again, I like my pieces.
So knitting it wasn't terrible once you figured out what was going on, but the pattern was incorrect in a couple places. In all the languaes.
Does that suck?
Like I thought it was a translating thing, so I went back and I was like, oh wow, they even did it wrong in German. Okay. And the part where it was wrong was bolded, like it was a really important thing.
Here is how not to do it.
Do this, but not
close attention. What?
Yeah, Gina did this one too, and we actually met for coffee and had like a really long conversation about the wrongness of the numbers given in the pattern. So,
yeah. Kimberly is knitting that too. I think she, Kimberly, poor Kimberly.
So, but the trick is don't look at the numbers when it says do it exactly like you did the other part, do that.
Right. So you're shaping the sleeve on the one side, you're casting on, and the other side you're binding off.
Right.
But it's one of those things like you're reversing all your shaping. So you're casting on starting close to the body and casting on more each time. And then when you're binding off starting at the cuff.
Yes.
Yeah. This is one of those.
Was different. It was 8, 8, 7, 6.
Right.
And then they said bind off 8, 8, 7, 6, which you're going to do 6, 7, 8, 8.
Right. And I think there were a couple sizes on that one too. So you had the two size instructions together. It was very confusing. I think that would probably be one that would benefit from writing out each line, you know, which is kind of a pain at the beginning. But honestly, if you're dealing with a sweater or something that has a lot going on, I think going through it and writing it out, it not only helps you kind of get handle on what you're doing, but your brain internalizes it, I think, a little better. Don't you think? Like when you're taking notes.
Speaking of sweaters with a lot going on.
Uh-oh. Yes. Oh, this is a fun one.
This one.
Yes. Incline, decline.
Incline, decline, which once you figured it out and got it together was really fun and not that hard to knit. But you start at the cuff and then build diagonally up the sleeve. Then you start at the bottom here. And so you're building from the outside in on the front, and then you do the same thing on the back. And then you sew them together along these seams, which are, I don't know if you can see that, which are stockinette.
Yes.
So
do you consider yourself like somebody who enjoys the challenge in the knitting? I mean, do you knit to challenge your brain, or why do you knit?
Well, there's probably a reason I usually have 3 to 4 things going at once because I knit for different reasons. So like this one was definitely setting it up was the challenge. And there were parts of it that were very mindless and very simple. But then there were parts of it where I really had to focus, like seaming it, especially on black yarn.
Yeah.
But then when I have something that's more complicated, then there's also times where I just want to zone out and knit. And so I'll have a simpler, smaller, like those scarves or the shawls. So yeah, a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
You do knit for like to challenge your brain. You like that?
Yeah.
I don't knit to challenge my brain. My brain is overtaxed already. We had a question from Amelia on what yarn she had used.
This is Queen City.
I
don't do the Sunday crossword.
Yes, I don't do Sunday crosswords. Yep. Yeah. Thank you. That is fun. Amelia, you would enjoy that one because it is so cerebral. Yeah,
there was, even in the back, there were big chunks of just stockinette, but then at every corner, there's an increase, decrease, which they also could have called it. Top-down tank top.
What is that one made of? Oh, this I know this. That was
this is the big wave.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. This is knitted in a pretty little tape yarn by Gadifra called Arborea. It was a yarn we had last summer, organic cotton, and it was all of them were dyed with organic dye. So it was like super vegan, environmentally friendly, very pretty. Is that nice to wear? I think the fabric is so pretty.
You can see how it goes on the diagonal there.
And who's the designer? Is this Von Hinterstein again?
No, it was
Isabel Kramer?
No, it was another German woman.
Oh, Heidi Kermeyer?
Yes, Heidi Kermeyer. That's who it was.
Yeah, isn't that cute? Gwen likes it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's really pretty.
And it was fun to do because the eyelets kept it interesting. And then like the little diagonals, increases and decreases.
Have you ever knit a sweater that you hate and you're just like, oh, this is the worst?
Trying to think. The first sweater I ever did, I twisted every single stitch on the whole dang thing.
Did it go like this?
I just put like a washcloth. Yeah. I mean, I have it upstairs. Like I could undo it and do it right, and maybe I will someday, but not soon.
No.
Yeah.
Did you just not know, or did you?
I didn't know. Everything I made that year or two was twisted. Like I've got this Afghan that I made, and it was a 63 square mystery knit along that took me 4 years. But like you can tell when I learned how to knit, like which block of colors I figured out I was twisting all my stitches because half the blanket is twisted and half the blanket isn't. So
it's not wrong. It's just unconventional. I mean, that's actually a stitch pattern. It's called Eastern Crossed. I always tell people that it's a legit. Every mistake you can make in knitting is actually a thing. So don't beat yourself up about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
And if your first sweater that you try is terrible and you twist every stitch, there's hope.
Yeah. 13 sweaters in a year.
And then this was the My Boy Lollipop.
I love this. This is
everybody loves this. Cute. This looks good on everybody.
It's so cute. You guys, this is just adorable. This is just worsted weight, a cotton blend yarn. You could do it in cotton. You could do it in silk. You could do it in any of those cottons that I talk about with the Tanks and Tunics book. It's really cropped. And even though I'm long-waisted, I tried yours on and I thought it was just peachy.
Yeah. And I think 4 or 5 people with completely different body types tried this on.
Yeah.
And it looked fantastic on everybody.
Yeah.
And the pattern is super size inclusive too.
That's nice.
Yeah. It comes in a lot. And this one I think was 2 skeins.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not a lot. And it's fun to do.
Is that knit from the bottom up or the top down?
Top down.
Top down. Okay.
Yep.
Kim Dye's yarn. You know Kim from Kim Dye's yarn. Is that her yarn? I think.
No, this is a Yankee Dyer.
Okay, Yankee Dyer. Yes, the Yankee Breeze.
Yes.
So that's a cotton wool blend. Very pretty. Kim Dye's yarn also makes a beautiful cotton wool blend, and she actually sent me 2 skeins to make that in, and I feel so bad I haven't made it. Oh, well.
And then the Soldotna.
Oh, look at that. I saw this. I was going through pictures the other day of you in your stuff, and I saw this, and I remember wondering if that was one you had knit or whether that was a sample from when Queen City was here.
This is one I knit from Rita Mae Trunk Show.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Okay, so Emily is asking, I like that one. What is it again? Is that the one that you like, Emily? Is it the My Boy Lollipop, or is it this one, Soldatna? Yes, and Amelia Dudley kind of says it all. Wow.
So I actually liked making this one so much, I made a second one.
Did you?
And it only took me 2 weeks because it's so fun to do.
Right.
So my second one, I did finish it like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's so fun. Look at those colors.
So it's the same pattern. I only adjusted the bottom on this one because I didn't have as much body yarn to add the length I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But like just changing the colors makes them look so different.
Right.
You get such a different look by changing the colors.
Oh, yeah. It's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that looks so cute. I think I have the yarn to make that too.
Yeah, so
sound familiar? Is it just the case? You know, you've got it in.
You really only need one skein of each color for a size 36, 38 bust. And I added length to both of them because practicality.
Yeah. So I was reading an email that I got today from Queen City Yarns, and that was where I first saw this Soldatna pattern. Was that where you first saw it too, when Queen City had this sample here?
No, I think I saw it. I think it came across my Instagram when she was doing tests for it a couple years ago, and then Rita Mae had one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think Queen City also had one.
I think they did. They also had the Novelli. Which is too, but I haven't done it.
Maybe that's the one.
That was one with the color work on the bottom. The same designer.
Oh, that's it. Yep. It's the one with the, Mm-hmm. Anyway, I got this email today from Queen City, and I thought it was so fabulous. She said, because you have to swatch if you're doing color work, right? Because it needs to be the right size, and it's easy to mess up your gauge on color work. So you really want to swatch it. You want to swatch it in the round because color work on the flat is completely different. She said, make a swatch hat. I thought, is that so brilliant? Yeah. Why didn't I think of that? Isn't that brilliant? That's just so smart. So you take, a little bit, you swatch it up in a little hat. It could be a baby hat. I mean, and it doesn't have to be a hat. It could be fingerless mitts. Right. But, you don't have to waste it. But then you're swatching in the round and you've got your stuff together. So,
and for something like the Soldatna, there are two colors that you're going to use more of. So if you use the two colors that are the contrasts, you're going to have extra of that anyway. So,
right.
And the color doesn't matter. What you're looking at is the weight and the tension, and that should be the same if you're using yarn from the same manufacturer. So.
And getting the practice in is just, so what's on your needles now and what's in your queue? We're almost out of time. We're probably over. Sorry, but I got to hear.
So I actually started this last year and didn't finish it. And then I did finish it and then realized that I wanted it longer. So I took part of it out and I'm back to working on it. But it is a little like bathing suit cover-up tunic.
What a great color. Oh, that's adorable.
So it's a tank top that has been dismantled, but.
And what's the name of that? Who's the designer?
Called the Gyre tunic.
Gyre?
Yep.
'Twas brillig in the slithy, right?
And this one is the Cordicoton.
Oh yeah, beautiful. It's a DK weight mercerized cotton. Very, very pretty.
But again, like it was great poolside knitting because this lace pattern is really simple. And every other row is just knit. Yeah. So there's thought and then there's not thought, which I like.
I like lace patterns that look harder than they are, that are memorizable. And that one looks like it's stitch marker friendly.
Yeah, it went almost like a 6-row repeat. It was really
Nice.
really straightforward.
Who wants to do this next? Tell me in the comments if you want to do this. You don't have to come in. You can be right at your home. See, Melissa's at her house.
Which I just started.
Oh, what's this?
Beyond the Dunes.
Oh, yeah, this is that one. So pretty.
My first provisional cast on.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Did you do that did you just cast on with a different yarn, or did you do
I
crochet
used
cast
actually
on?
it's coton from my tunic.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to be able to see it.
Right. Very pretty.
Yeah, but
Beyond the Dunes is by von Hinterstein. It has kind of a dolman sleeve and a shaped shoulder, and then this shoulder detail has short rows and this clever little pattern that hides the short rows. So it's just really cute. Have you got the short rows in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah, that looks really nice. So when do you knit, Melissa? Do you knit in the morning?
If I'm sitting, I'm knitting.
Okay.
So in what I call the before times, I did it every time I was waiting for my kids. So sitting in the car at the bus stop, going to pick them up, waiting at sports. That's why I have like 15 knitting bags full of projects.
Yeah.
And then in the evenings, I don't watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm home alone, which is a lot in the past year, I just sit and knit, and sometimes I listen to an audiobook. And then when my husband's home and he wants to watch a show and I don't really care, then I knit. So
yeah. What are you listening to or reading right now?
Right now I am listening to Warmth of Other Suns.
Oh, what's that about?
The Great Migration.
Oh, okay.
After after slavery, as Jim Crow started setting in, the mass exodus of Black Americans north into Detroit and Chicago and New York, and then west to California. It's really well written.
Is it? Who wrote it?
So she follows 3 individuals and then tells their story as part of the bigger narrative. So it's not really dry, fact-driven history.
Mm-hmm.
It's very real, and there's, you get to know these families.
But it's historical fiction, right?
No, it's true. There's 3 actual people.
Oh, okay.
Like she actually went and interviewed, this doctor in California and this woman in Chicago and another guy in New York, and then filled in their personal histories into the text of this.
I see.
Yeah, it was really rich and really well done. Yes, what's up?
I'm a little person. Hello.
Can you say hi? Hi.
All right, we've probably exhausted you, but Melissa, thank you so much for sharing sweaters with us.
Sure.
It was great to see you and great to have you. I miss you around the table.
I know.
We'll do this again. You know what? You'll probably have another half dozen sweaters soon to share.
Yeah,
I might have this one done.
Questions about any of the patterns, please message me, find me. I'm happy to talk about sweater patterns.
You can put your question in the comments here, and I know Melissa will see it and she will probably answer, or I will answer. Anyway, thanks so much, and I see you've got a little person there. So, thanks. Bye. Oh my gosh, that was fun. I'm so inspired. Actually, it makes me feel like a super underachiever, but that's okay. We all have our time and stuff that we have to do and whatever, but I would love to share your knitting on the show and, have you on and see what, and you don't have to have 13 sweaters. I mean, if you have like one sweater that you're super proud of or anything that you would like to share, I would love to have that. We used to do a show and share brunch a couple times a year, and I really, really miss doing that. So that would be a fun thing to do. And if you're interested in doing that, let me know. But that's all we have for tonight. Don't forget that we have Lunchtime Live, and we have next Wednesday, we have Tanis Gray. So until I see you again, keep knitting and create something beautiful. Bye now.